Hello, my name is Adam Price, and welcome to the Spectrum. My major is game art and animation, and this is my SIP project. Spectrum shall be a stop motion fighting game. My first prototype is Riley Midnight, a magical living doll. His father and mother made him through the love of magic and science. His father an alchemist, and his mother a fairy witch. He has some similarities to the Pinocchio story. However, Riley's gifted with animancy magic. Animancy magic is life magic, which allows Riley to grant life to his creations, such as Miko the Ninja Barbie. Riley grew up in the fairy realm, and he is new to the human world. He has heard so many stories from his mother about the human realm, and he's curious to see what is out there. Let's help him start this journey. In order to start a stop motion project, you're going to need a puppet armature. Puppet armature needs to perform two main functions. It allows to move the puppet in ways it needs to. For a humanoid character, this involves bending the elbows and knees and rotating at the shoulder and hips. It is important to make sure the puppet does not move while it is in position. You don't want to be in the middle of a shoot where several minutes can pass between each shot and have the puppet slowly drooping between each one. A solution to this is applying Permatex Threadlocker Blue in the joints of the armature. It's a blue glue that isn't permanent but helps tighten the joints from being loose. I'm also using a ball socket armature which helps keeps the skeleton to be sturdy while doing movements. You can try doing aluminum wire, but the more you bend it, the higher chance it will break over time. A ball socket armature is just a stronger body. I created a stop motion table. Its purpose is to help keep the puppet armature in place while I'm changing its position in each shot. The table is magnetized and has holes in it. The holes function allow me to screw the puppet's feet in place. Another option is that I can add magnets to the puppet's feet and will be magnetized to the surface of the stop motion table. The stop motion table is made from wood I got from Home Depot and was cut into like 3 pieces or so. I used a metal sheet that I've found around my house. I had to sand down each piece and create openings for me to make adjustments when I'm working between each shot. I spray painted it with a nice metal coating. However, for sets and backgrounds, the stop motion table will be covered with something else. In order to grant some life to my prototype of Riley, I created a pattern with some napkins and fabric to make Riley some muscle, so he isn't just skin and bones. I cut out his muscle pieces into foam for his torso, chest, pelvic, neck, and his thighs. Each piece of the portion of his body was made into 2 pieces, for the front and back. By connecting the foam to the ball socket armature, I hand-stitched each. To add more volume to the muscle, I cut out more parts of foam and hot glued it on top of the existing foam. Even though this is a prototype, I still don't want his green muscle to be showing, so I decided to create a layer of skin that is hand-stitched on top of the foam parts. I used a light cream, minky fabric to make him look soft and cute. Lots of puppet makers create the puppet's head into several parts in order to allow seamless face expressions. They separate the eyeballs and the mouth from the face skin on top. They create a face mask to be removable, so that way they can move the eyes and change the mouth to create new expressions. However, for Riley.1, he'll just have one expression. I hand-stitched a stuffed blank plush head that is connected to the neck. For his outfit, I had some extra doll clothes around my storage. I wanted to recreate his original outfit, but the final version of Riley will be a bit bigger. For Riley's .1's face, I used pastels, Copic, Prisma markers, acrylics, and watercolor pencils to draw and paint his face onto the fabric's head. I designed his temporary outfit to be somewhat close to his original design. He likes to dress a little bit childish with a magician-themed look. He's quirky, silly, a little anxious, but super passionate in the things he loves. Riley likes to wear oversized sleeves as a part of his combat, and this is where he hides his hidden creations in those sleeves. Just like a magician, he can be like, what's in my sleeve? Riley's fighting stance is meant to look like he's dancing, but also like if he was moving like a rag doll. He's the type of character you underestimate, and he's full of surprises. I did a real life reference of his fighting stance. Another reason Riley moves a lot in his fighting stance is because he's stimming. It's a symptom of autism. Autistic people of any age may stim occasionally or constantly in response to emotions. They may also stim during times when they're feeling overwhelmed. Riley's on the spectrum, and so am I. I have other characters who are unique in their own way, and they represent different diversities, just like a spectrum of colors. Eventually, they will be made into armatures as well, to join in Riley's world. His world is like a fairy tale, but with a monster narrative to it. After finishing Riley Point 1, it is time for the photo shoot. It's important to have good lighting and good staging area. Any movement Riley needs to be shot by the camera frame by frame to make it smoothly as possible. I'm still learning though, but it takes lots of patience and devotion. Here's a little bit of Riley's idle animation. This was about 43 shots and some editing in Adobe After Effects and Photoshop. As you can see, he's dancing and giving us a little wave, and he's saying bye, have a good time. But overall, this is my SIP showcase of the Spectrum. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask.